so I would like to recognize them one at a time as they come up to say, like, bye-bye. You see what I have? I want to start. Is Cameron in the audience? This term not through his choice. He needed to take an extra class, but he tried his hardest to stay in band for this last term, but he said you need to graduate. That's probably the most important thing. So he's played a little bit of, he started on sax. Started on sax, he's done some percussion, and then asked him to move over to trombone, and he answered the call. So I really appreciate all that you have done for us, Mr. Canada. Luckily, I don't really have to say goodbye to this one because he wants to come back and continue like working with the band next year. And he would be a really great asset. He's extremely intelligent. He's personable. He's been leading the section for a number of years now, and he sits in on Mr. Elmore and I's conversations at the end of first period before he goes to second period, just listening to us talk about like random music stuff or random anything stuff while he sits there soaking it up. So this one's easy because this one is only, I'll see you in a couple of months. Mr. Kevin Love. Trying to think what to say about this next one. I didn't hear what they said. And so he started on clarinet. And then I asked him to switch to trombone, and he was like, maybe for marching band only. And then, I'm not sure if he's played on clarinet, it's really since, kinda, he's gotten taller. A lot taller. But I swear he is the same, like, when he walked in as a freshman to as he's walking out as a senior, he has remained exactly the same. The only thing is he got taller. But it's that you need the personality. It makes the band go, and I really appreciate everything you have done for us, Mr. Nicholas. We have a swear jar. In the band room. It's whenever she makes a mistake, whenever, I told her, I didn't tell her, hey, at graduation, the band is mic'd. So I just want you to keep that in mind, that everything you say will get picked up and like blasted throughout Golden One. But she's the leader of the section, and it's like today she was gone, and then they're like, I'm lost. Like she's got this personality, and she's grown as a leader. Last time I saw her, she was a sophomore, now she's a senior, and she's helping everybody out, and she's really like the mother of the section. And she'll put people in their place, or she'll like, maybe that swearing is something else, but she's one of those people who will help you out. And it's okay as long as you ask for help. And she's more than willing to give it. And so, hard to replace a Melanie Mel. Speaking of those who have not changed since their freshman year. We know who I'm talking about. And it's very appropriate that they're sitting next to each other. They also sit next to each other at lunch. They're two peas in a pod. They're, you know. But one thing that I have noticed about him is that when it's time to be serious and it's time to get something done, he'll be serious. He'll get something done. When it's time to turn off the switch, he knows how to turn off that switch. And that's, whether he wants to turn off the switch is a different thing, but he knows how to turn off that switch. And just the ability to turn it off when it's necessary and then turn it back on so that you can have fun is a great skill to have. Thank you so much for everything that you have done for us over these past 4 years, Mr. Casey Wong. So the next, of all the people, like there are some people who are ready to leave high school, like they're seniors, like I'm done, I've been here for 4 years, I'm ready to go. But then there are others who are prepared to leave. And there's a difference. Wanting to go somewhere and being prepared to go somewhere are sometimes they're not the same. And I think they're ready to move on. Like I'm done with it. But she's prepared. She's one of the most like grounded, down-to-earth students that I have, in that the maturity level is here, even when the maturity level around her is here. And, you know, it's just, it's sad. She's the fourth kid of this family that we had. And so I've had her oldest brother and her 2 older sisters, so there's always been a Mitchell in the band. And next you will be the first. But my loss is UCLA's game. Miss Erin Mitchell. The band would go and play at basketball games, and then the band would get there early, a little early, and we'd watch Samara play. And when Samara would make a basket, the band would cheer extra loud for her. The band was always cheering for her every time she ran out on the court and did anything. She's worked her butt off back there on the trumpet, and she has gotten so much better over the years. It's all of the hard work. And I won't be able to see her soon because she's off to Arizona State. And so, congratulations, Samara. Some of us are quiet, but very comfortable in their being quiet, and very at home when they come in the band room. There's a difference between like awkwardly quiet and feeling uncomfortable. I think you know sometimes when you go home and then you can just sit down and you don't have to say anything, you can just be quiet. And you're comfortable. And that's really the sense that I get from this one, is that he's comfortable. And he's not the loudest, he's not the most in your face, but he seems very comfortable. So at the Lincoln thing, the seniors have this table, and one of the seniors said, "Well, who's your favorite senior?" And I said, "Well, Sean Mine." And then Sean Mine went, "Wait, what?" And so I don't have favorites. I have to say, I don't have favorites. Well, I have favorites depending on the time of day. It's like my kids. Sometimes this one's my favorite. Sometimes that one's my favorite. So we'll just say you're my second favorite. I won't tell you who my first favorite is. But Mr. Sean Mine. This next one sleeps a lot. Sometimes her first class is band. Band's third period. But what I will say and what I really appreciate is that she never makes excuses. And she always owns up to every everything that she does. Whether it's good or bad, she is accountable for her actions, and I really appreciate that. And in the conversations that I've had with her, you know, if, I don't know, she got home late, she'd say, well, yeah, I did get home late. She's not making excuses for that. And I think that shows a lot of character when you're willing to admit or own up to the things that you do. And I think I will remember that most about you, Jennifer. I don't want to go through the night without acknowledging this senior. When she was a freshman, she came in to uniform fitting day, looking as cute as possible. It was the first day of school. Like, it's her first impression as a freshman, so she's got on the cute outfit, and she's got her hair all cute, and she's standing in line, and I go up next to her, and I go, you know you need to be in shorts and t-shirts, and your hair needs to be down for uniform fitting, right? And then she goes, really? And so that was uniform fitting just before band camp of her freshman year. And then she ends up being senior drum major 4 years later. So a big round of applause, though she is not here, to Malia McGarry. I was here one day this year, and I asked Mr. Elmore, I said, well, how did the day go? And he's kind of like in a panic, not a panic, but he feels like he just ruined, he's just mean to a kid. So how are you mean to a kid? And he said, well, I asked them to rate something 1 to 10. And I said, if you like it a 10, hold up 10 fingers. And the whole band had that reaction. And he said, Mr. Elmore said, what? I don't understand. And please 9 fingers. And so he felt that. And so I was like, wait a minute. I didn't know that. He's a senior, and I didn't know that. So I asked him when I came back, I said, is this really? And he's like, you didn't know? I'm like, no. He's like, that's the reason why I play trombone. And I said, that's brilliant. And he has been there in like he's been in 0 periods, like jazz bands since, like, were you a freshman?
Sophomore year.
Sophomore year, and he's been there. And he's been great, and I couldn't have asked for a better, trombone player. So I really am proud of him, Mr. Sean Patrick. Yeah! Who, as a result, is the recipient of the Louis Armstrong Jazz Band Award. learning things. It's not, I don't know how to put it. She leaves me notes when I'm in trouble. She'll leave me notes on the board and she'll say, Mr. Smith, you're in trouble, you didn't do such and such. And, like, you know, she keeps me honest. If the band leaves a bus messy, she'll be the first one yelling at people in the band room. If knucklehead freshmen are banging against the band door at lunch, she's trying to fight them. And when she was trying to, I can't get COVID, I got into the concert, and I'm like, well, graduation's more important. Forget graduation, I gotta make sure to do the concert. Like, that's caring, you know? That's taking ownership in something. I'm in trouble because I didn't do something that she had taken ownership of from the band. The band gets in trouble because they didn't clean up after themselves on the bus, because that makes the band look bad. She's ready to fight knucklehead freshmen because they're disrespecting, sorry Mr. Freaky, she didn't do anything though. But, because her band deserves respect. And what she cares about should be respected. And so, the recipient of the Director's Award for band is Ariel Blum. One of the things that I'm most proud of is when I see growth. And not so much growth as a musician, but growth as a person. And in this year in particular, he has grown so much. Dealing with me on a regular basis, as a drum major, as I'm harping at him about something at a football game or something at a rehearsal, and he's getting upset at me, and Malia, the other drum major, is calm down, calm down. He's like this for everyone. It's not just you. And he's been hard on himself. And I don't want to say that his confidence level was lower, but his confidence level is higher now. And then my snazzy shoes are also a result of this. He decided my shoes weren't up to par, so he bought me a pair of shoes and said, this is what we wear. But he's worked his butt off. He's been a great drum major. He's become much more confident and stronger as a person, in my opinion at least, which it may or may not be true. But I like what I've seen from Sam, and he is the recipient of the John Phillips Band Award for the year. So Mr. Sam Lewis. All the seniors to stand and take a bow, please. Mitchell mother, who has been with me for like 10 years or something now. So, a round of applause for Ms. Mitchell.
So as an appreciation for all that she has done for all of our children, because she is actually the person that ensures that our children are fed. She makes sure that all of our children are doing well. She makes sure that our children's clothes fit well. She takes care of all the little bitty nitty stuff. She's the part of the program. It is going to get that we have to. So as an appreciation for everything that you have done, for all of your contributions in the last 12 years, the BBC did want to give you something for you and your family. We know you're going to Hawaii. So here are some cards that we have all gathered, and we'd like to say thank you and best of luck to you and your family. Thank you for everything that you have done for this program.
I think the students like him more than they like me. And they often joke about, well, when am I leaving so that he can stay?
Really appreciate all that you did. And I know the students really enjoyed having you. You're going to be an awesome teacher. And so we just have, it's a date night with Tina's girlfriend.
I'm awkward with thank you, so thank you so much. I really appreciate it. I don't know how to transition out of that.